Hi. So I'm going to talk about my personal project. Uh, I built a rack system that will help people who have not been in Nigeria before, who want to come to Nigeria, answer questions they might have about moving into Nigeria, how the rent situation is, and what other any other information they might have, want to seek and get answers to. So I used LangChain for this project and Pinecone and OpenAI. The data used, I had to get some websites that I could get useful data from, so I'd be able to feed to the RAG and use to build the RAG system. So I crawled some websites to get the data. I also used ChatGPT to get test sets that I would use to test my RAG after building it. So I'll just show you some of it. Here is a Markdown file containing so much text that I fed to the RAG system. And here are some JSON files containing prices of different apartments across Nigeria that are also fed to the RAG system. So here, the first thing I did was to get my data fed into the RAG system, load it, and then I used Pinecone, like I said, to get the vector, to store my vector. And then I had to start testing the RAG to see how much it answers questions based on what it has in the database. So what I did was, for each of the questions that I had in my test sets, I fed all of them to the RAG system, and I kind of went through its response to see how good it did as against what I had in my test set. So I thought about maybe not just eyeballing to see how good it did. I came up with an idea of writing a cosine similarity metric code to gauge how well it was performing against what I had. So here is it, the similarity code I wrote for the cosine metric, and I weighed each of the results to see what questions it was answering perfectly fine and the ones it was not doing so well with. And then I realized that it was doing really bad with some of the questions. So I thought it'd be okay to do certain things to improve it, like changing the chunk size and overlaps. And I did that a couple of times, different times, to see if it could help improve the result it was giving to me. And it did it did show some improvement, but not as much as I'd wanted. So I went ahead to to bring something else, say kind of write a kind of algorithm to say, okay, I only want you to return the best results that you can fetch from the database. So what I did was to write a code to evaluate every single result that it fetched and give each of them a score and have it then return the ones that had the best overall score. So for example, if it has three results, say A, B, C, and the result B happens to have a score of 70, and A happens to have a score of say 50, and C has a score of 80 or 85, then it's going to end up giving me the C because it has the higher score. And I went again to evaluate the results using the cosine similarity metric again. And I saw that that gave it much more boost, a better improvement, because I had previously gotten about 20%. But after that improvement, I reevaluated and I got something around 36 or thereabouts. Yes, 36, using the average cosine similarity method. So overall, I think if I wanted to be better, because some of the questions the system was saying it didn't have enough data to give answers to the questions. To further improve the system, I would have to feed them more data or just generally improve my data to help the RAG perform better. So I'm just going to take us through answering about 3 questions. See, I'll give it 3 questions and see how good it does. Yeah. Okay, I already have the question here. As a person new to the system, what are the necessary things I should know before renting an apartment in Nigeria? Say a person who is trying to move to Nigeria for any reasons and they want to know the processes it takes to, before renting an apartment in Nigeria, and it gave this response, the kind of steps that should be taken, talking about carefulness and legal requirements, securities, how the utilities in the apartment and inspection and communication with the property owner and so much more. I'll go ahead and ask it one or two questions more. This time around, something about the price of an apartment or something like that. So I'm gonna run this and hopefully give something good. And it says the average price for renting an apartment in Nigeria is about 3 million per year. Yeah, depending on the areas. Yeah, this is close to accurate. For some areas in say Lagos, Abuja, you pay almost 50,000 naira per month. So if you multiply that by 12 months in a year, you should be getting around this figure. I'll ask you one more question. That will be it. And we have the response here. When moving to Nigeria, you should consider renting an apartment in major cities like Lagos and Abuja if you are looking for luxury living options. However, if you are looking for more affordable alternatives, you may want to explore other cities in Nigeria as well. It's important to carefully assess your needs and budget before committing to a rental agreement in Nigeria. So it does give To the questions, it's able to get contents to give answers to. It does give great answers. For those it doesn't have enough information to give answers to, it doesn't do so well. So what it needs is more data and more, you know, processing, and it would do better than this. Thank you.